Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we today? Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Kabul, Afghanistan, with a little video on yours and mine, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Today's video is going to be a little breakdown of Jaylon Smith, the move from college, a little bit after the injury, the year off, and where we stand today, and hit the improvements we think we're going to see from this year. And actually, a surprising fact, how well he played last year compared to the top linebackers drafted the last 4 or 5 years. Really, the stats are amazing if you look at the top drafted linebackers since 2015, which I'm going to break down some of those numbers for you. Some of the guys I'll kind of skip because I want to get the video out and get it quick. Again, it's Cowboy Crunk. Please subscribe, hit the like button, send me at the end of the video, send me messages, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want other breakdowns, other videos, Earl Thomas stuff, we know that's going on. That's going to happen, as we all know. It's coming down. Too many things have been done to set this up from last year. From the start of him coming down the hallway to us bringing in Chris Richard, from the move of Jones to cornerback. There's moves in Seattle. If you watch Seattle's page, some of the moves that they're making to replace him, they're moving guys in there already. So let's get on to the subject of my video today, which is Jaylon Smith. Gonna show you a little breakdown of some of his Notre Dame footage. Man, he was outstanding. He was expected to be a top 5 pick in that draft, 2016. And as you all guys know, in their bowl game, had the miserable injury there, I think in the third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter, which I can't even look at that video. It's horrible to see something like that. Play was over basically. But anyways, here we go with some of his Notre Dame footage. You just see how explosive he is. Excellent here, as you can see on the excellent, as you can see at Notre Dame on the pass coverage. That was because this was prior to the injury. He had mobility left and right, forward and backwards, pushing off. The foot was there. He had no issues with it. So his ability to cover and the pass rush and tight ends and slot receivers coming across the middle was much better than it was last year. And I think we're going to see that in this coming up year as well. So as we move forward, here's an excellent play coming off the edge. Didn't have a lot of sacks, and that's a big thing on the sack thing is Jaylon Smith, the scheme Notre Dame had, he didn't blitz a lot. Same thing with the Cowboys. And I think the reason the Cowboys didn't blitz him a lot is because especially our defense was young and inexperienced, so we didn't get a lot of blitz packages in. That's why we didn't see a lot of this going on. But Notre Dame didn't do it very much as well. As you can see there, he comes in with his sweep move. That's his typical. He's saying he's cleaning up the play. He's come in, he sweeps the floor, he's cleaning up the play, making the stop. But that's pretty much the most of it for his defensive play on at Notre Dame. He is a guy that can create some havoc with forced fumbles. He's also a guy that this is the play I was waiting on, and I want to back that up just a little bit real quick. And here we go. See if I can pause this at the right place. I want to show you guys this play. This was probably, to me, one of his best plays. Okay, I stopped it at the right position. If you guys can see here on this play, it's kind of a busted play. You got 3 defenders, 3 Notre Dame guys in the backfield. Runner is here. You got a guy about a yard away. You got another guy about 2 yards away, and you got Jaylon Smith here about 3 yards away. Player with the ball here does step kind of towards Jaylon Smith, but you can see he's the furthest one away from the ball, how quick he gets to that. And this is the step that he's missing that he didn't really have last year, but he's still up there. He's still capable of getting to this level, and I think he'll be there this year. So as I move the footage forward, you can see who gets there first. Who's at the bottom of that pile? That's Jaylon Smith. Comes in there, almost gets the safety, and it's time to celebrate. So those are the things I think we can see from Jaylon Smith as far as his rookie campaign, how well he played, what he's capable of doing. Now I'm going to go over a few quick things from the draft and how that went. Some of the players that you could compare Jaylon Smith to, and then compare his stats to as well. Jaylon Smith was drafted 34th in the second round. All the other players I'm going to talk about were drafted since 2015 till 2018, and going to show you their stats. Of course, 2018 they haven't played yet, but just notable linebackers drafted in the first round, in the top 10 picks for the most part, and what their stats look like. Jaylon Smith was a 34th pick last year. He did play 1 year. In that 1 year, 81 tackles, 50 of those solo, 31 assisted. He had 2 forced fumbles. He had 1 sack. Like I said, we don't blitz much. That's the package. Maybe it's because of our secondary. We might change that this year, but we got a good front four. So, is there a reason to send a bunch of blitz packages all the time? Just depends on how Chris Richard and the defense want to play that. Rod Marinelli. The other notable players, of course, this year we just had the draft. We had Raquan Smith drafted at 8 for the Chicago Bears. Arizona Cardinals had Hassan Reddick drafted at 13 in 2017. Neither one of those players, Hassan Reddick really hasn't unfolded the way he should have. It's not. It's young. It's early. He is a linebacker. It is a position sometimes you need to grow into. Same thing with Leonard Floyd from Tennessee Titans, who was drafted number 9 in 2016, which is the same draft that Jaylon Smith came from. Doesn't have near the numbers in 2 years as Jaylon Smith. Dante Fowler was the number 3 pick in 2015. The number 3 pick in 2015, Dante Fowler, and he has combined since that year 53 tackles complete, 41 of those solo, 12 of them assisted, 2 forced fumbles, 12 sacks. So he has produced in the sack column a little bit. Additionally, that year, Vic Beasley for the Atlanta Falcons, he has 94 tackles in 3 years, compared to Jaylon Smith's 1 year of 81. So really, still, we're not looking at any comparisons, and we got him in the second round. 75 of those were solo, 19 of those were assisted. He does have 24.5 sacks, averaging about 8 sacks a year over those 3 years. So he is doing well in that aspect. Also, I did want to go over his linebacker stats in Notre Dame while we were speaking about Jaylon Smith. 2013 to 2015, he had 284 tackles. He almost averaged 100 tackles a season. And you got to look at this. This is college. This is not NFL. You're not talking 16 games. You're talking 12 or 13. So that's a crazy amount of tackles for a college player. Additionally, in that draft 2016, I wanted to mention really quick that some of the other notable players: Ezekiel Elliott, we got 4th. Jaylon Smith, we got at the 34th pick. Malik Collins at the 67th pick. We're really looking at this 2016 draft as how great it was. We're looking at 2017 draft. We see a lot of great players coming out of there, especially in our secondary, and I think those guys are going to grow. Additionally, with the 135th pick in 2016, the Dallas Cowboys select Dak Prescott. What an amazing pick, man. And the Cowboys called it from the beginning. They were interested in him. They didn't think he would fall that far, and when he was there, they had to jump on him. And it really was a blessing. With Romo getting hurt, we didn't expect that, but you kind of gotta think it could be there, and we got so lucky with that. Godspeed to Tony Romo, who we all love. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you loved him, you hated him. He had a tough career with what he had to put up with, and a lack of a line, and injuries, and all kinds of stuff on top of that. Additionally, in that draft, we had Kayvon Frazier, Anthony Brown, Rico Gathers, and Darius Jackson. Rico Gathers, you guys know, we're hoping he comes out. We're hoping he shows up. We don't have much of weapons as far as receivers or tight ends. We don't know where that's going. So as I mentioned in the last video, really hoping that he can step up and be the playmaker. Even if we don't have him in on run plays, or we don't have him in on first and goal, or first and regular first downs, or second short, but if we get in those positions where we got a penalty, or the red zone, or second 20, or third and 15, or whatever, we can put that guy in. Yeah, it's a pass play. So we can use him on those. So that breaks down the draft, who was there in 2016, how we did. Also, what is going on with Jaylon Smith, how great he did in Notre Dame, and now I want to show some of the highlights from last year. He did have some great highlights, and we expect these to increase. A lot of tackles. He's still quick to get to the ball. He's just not really good pushing off, driving forward, and laying a solid hit. That's one thing we'll need to see this year. But here are some of his highlights. That's how we'll close the video. This is number 10. It's against the New York Giants. If you guys recall, a short screen out to the side. Sean Lee goes in for the tackle, stands him straight up. Here comes Jaylon Smith. You're going to see him come in and put his elbow out like a knife and just jar the ball loose. Really, I don't know how this is the number 10 play. I think this should be moved up, but really, really good play by Jaylon Smith. You'll see it on the replay. He jarred the ball loose. Cowboys get the ball. We're inside the red zone. Excellent play by Jaylon Smith. Watch this. Look at that, guys. That elbow was like a knife, and he put it right on the ball. I mean, how often do you see a play made like that with such really, really good, precise hit? Here we go. He chases the running back down. This is against the Chargers. Sorry, I'm a little close to the screen, but excellent play. He was on the backside of the play, came all the way across from the other side, chased the running back down. Here's another one. Todd Gurley straight up the middle. As you can see, he does hit him a little high, which carries him forward. He carries Jaylon Smith about 2 yards. This right here is a play. This coming up year, I think Jaylon Smith stops him here and pushes him back a yard, even maybe, and the ball spotted at the 29 or 29 and a half instead of the 31. And those are big plays. Now you're looking at second and 6 or 7 versus second and 5. But still made a lot of great plays, was really consistent in our defense, stayed healthy all year, and played really well. So it's really good to see Jaylon Smith out there playing well. This was the play against Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard had a really big advantage on him coming out of the backfield, coming full speed. Jaylon Smith from a stop gets his push off, and that's a play next year he makes in the backfield instead of for a 3 or 4 yard gain. Here's the 6th play. Excellent play there on the timing. He's a really good. We got some help from Orlando Scandrick on that one with the chip, misdirecting the tight end, but he made an excellent play there on the. Here again, that's the play. That was an interception, guys. I know it hit the ground. It was called an interception, and then the replay. Cowboys always get messed over on the replays, I guess. But excellent play on it. You can say, and you look at this and you say, Odell Beckham who? Come on, look at this, guys. I mean, you're about to see him lay out and catch this. Look at that. That's a receiver right there. I mean, come on, man. The ball does touch the ground, so they take it back. But hey, excellent play. Actually, a few plays after this is when Byron Jones got the deflected interception and ran it in for the touchdown. That was the Washington game. excellent play there. Again, pursuit on the play. He's really good at it. He knows how to get around the defenders, move in behind, get behind linemen, in front of linemen, use his speed to avoid them. Excellent play here. Perfect timing on the hit. He's really, really good at putting hits together, timing the ball getting there. Excellent play in the backfield. He saw an opening. He shot the gap. He gets in there, a tackle for loss. And the last one, as you guys know, probably is his one sack from last year, where he comes in on against excuse me, comes in against Garoppolo, creates a sack, and gets the forced fumble there. Here it is again. That one has a forced fumble. Cowboys recover inside the red zone. So, as you guys see, Jaylon Smith's doing well. He's recovered well. He's doing better than any of the other linebackers that have come out in the first round in the last few years. So, since 2015, as far as I went back, actually his numbers probably by next year, if he has a year like he did last year, his numbers will be probably just as good as all those linebackers put together. He's done a great job. He's a great guy in the locker room. Everybody gets along with him. Watching his interviews and his smile is great to see. I think he's the future at linebacker for the Cowboys, and we'll see how Van Der Esch and him and Sean Lee play together this year. Like I said, I appreciate the views, guys. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll be putting these videos together. They're going to get better and better as I go along with them. And I will put out what information you guys want. Hit me in the chats in the bottom. Let me know what you guys want to see. Big shout out to Mark Holmes. We were at the draft. I will be doing a draft picture slide of some of the pictures we had at the draft with, I believe Miss Jackie was there, Vach was there, Mark Holmes was there, Foots was there, E2 Blue was there. All of us will be in these pictures. I'll put a picture slideshow together and a little music with it or something, and all the fans that we hung out with. So appreciate it, guys. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Cowboy Crunk calling in from Kabul. Peace. I'm out, and love them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys, baby?